Station. It's time now for your expanded local news. Taylorville senior Malik Pierce was recognized as the Taylorville High School Football Player of the Year, sponsored by Nicole Patrick, your country financial agent, on Sunday evening. Malik, a wide receiver, led the team in receiving yards per game, total touchdowns, and receiving touchdowns. Pierce credited his teammates and how much he loves the game for this award.
It's great. I've been playing this sport since I was in first grade, and every single day for as long as I can remember, I've been busting my butt as hard as I can every day, trying to be the best that I can be. And the fact that a lot of these kids in this room, I grew up with them. We all played football together our whole entire life, through the thick and thin, through the worst that you can think of, to muddy games, to freezing rain games, to sidelines clearing with parents from Springfield in the trenches, as they would say, to fights, to, happy tears, sad tears, all in between. I've seen a lot of things through this sport, and to be honored with this, it means a lot, and I just couldn't be more grateful for it.
Pierce says to him that scoring a touchdown is his happy place.
It almost feels like it's like a nature for me, like it's like my habitat. I just feel like I've been doing it for so long that I just feel like it's meant to be, and like just to hear the crowd cheering, it makes me more happy for them than I am for myself in the moment.
Making a game-winning shot on the basketball court or getting the game-winning touchdown, which feels better?
That's hard. That's hard. I don't know. That's hard. I'd probably say there's not a lot of things that can top that Rochester basketball shot, but I would, in my personal opinion, I would have to say the football catch.
Pierce praised his parents and thanked many of his coaches.
I want to thank my mom and dad. I want to thank Coach Mateer. I want to thank you. And I want to thank all my coaches, but Coach Mateer and Coach McCavitz especially.
Pierce won player of the game twice this year, once at Freeburg and at Mattoon. Also honored were other players of the game this season, including Owen Mateer, Lane Riva, Blake Ladage, Isaac Repture, Jackie Cargill, Wyatt Yonker, Ben Peabody, Maddox Havera, and Cameron Smith. Regional Radio News salutes the Taylorville football team on a very successful season. In the only instance where people are openly encouraged to vote early and vote often, Taylorville Community Credit Union has announced that voting has begun to determine the 8 student winners of $1,000 awards in its 12th annual Stop, Shop, Vote scholarship program. 25 senior students from Taylorville High School are registered in this year's program. TCCU will present a total of 8 $1,000 financial awards, 2 each at Taylorville, Hillsborough, Litchfield, and Pana High Schools, to students who plan to continue their education after high school graduation at a trade school, a 2-year community college, or a 4-year university. TCCU President Will Perkins says the 8 winners are determined by votes cast in by participating businesses in the 4 communities and by Tri-County residents have through February 27th of 2026 to actually vote for their favorite student or students at participating businesses. For every $10 that they spend, they can cast 1 vote for a registered student with no limit on how many votes they cast. A total of 80 locally owned businesses between the 4 communities are participating this year, giving people numerous options and opportunities to shop and vote. Taylorville High School students participating in the 2025-26 program are Gabriella Apple, Rye Blyler, Hudson DeMichael, Cash Dye, Brody Garrett, Colton Gatton, Max Green, Josie Heberling, Kaylee Hendrickson, Ella Hohenstein, Selena Johnson, and more. The complete list of participating businesses in each of the 4 communities is on TCCU's website, tccu.org. Businesses are also displaying large posters featuring the registered students' photos and a list of all participating businesses in their front windows or inside their establishment. TCCU is a not-for-profit cooperative financial institution serving its members' needs since 1956. Its membership is open to everyone who lives or works within the Tri-County region of Christian, Montgomery, and Shelby counties. For more information about the credit union's range of financial services and products, visit tccu.org. The Christian County Sheriff's Office is working to help keep people safe on the Thanksgiving holiday and the surrounding days. They are warning of Blackout Wednesday. a growing trend where people excessively consume alcohol the night before Thanksgiving. The sheriff's office is combining clear messaging beforehand and extra enforcement the night of, in an effort to prevent accidents before the holiday. They are also working towards bolstering emergency response efforts in Christian and surrounding counties. Chief Deputy Jim Baker is preparing his team for Blackout Wednesday. In addition to the extra enforcement, he urges people to treat the night like New Year's Eve and stay home if possible.
You know, you have people traveling from home, going out, socializing and stuff, and there's a unofficial holiday called Blackout Wednesday. And for those that don't know, that's going to be November 26th. It's the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, and which is a major night of social gatherings, drinking. It's an unofficial holiday known as Drunksgiving or Drinksgiving. And it's a busy night at the bars, leading up to a spike in impaired driving. In some areas, other agencies do checkpoints. What we will do is the deputies out on patrol that night will focus heavily on impaired driving to keep motorists safe and take a proactive approach to basically underage, or not underage, but any drinking and impaired driving. We always recommend, if you're going to go out, socialize, we want people to have a good time. I know family members come home from far distances, they go out, socialize and drink, but need to be mindful of that and have a designated driver.
Chief Deputy Baker says that he has noticed an increase in these incidents in the county over the years, and adds that the day's various nicknames are also indicative of their added concern.
Yeah, I think it's been, it's hit a high peak where people were doing it and not being mindful of it. And now I think they know that the enforcement out there is looking for it, that they're taking a proactive approach. I do know, like I said, it's over the years of increased of popularity of Blackout Wednesday or Drunksgiving, the nicknames that they give it, and we want everybody to get home safe and have a safe holiday, and so that's why we're going to be out there doing our part. We just can't say enough about how we want everybody to get home safe and be mindful that event, unofficial holiday, is taking place.
And outside of Blackout Wednesday, an initiative is underway to facilitate law enforcement agencies throughout central and southern Illinois to collaborate during noticeable emergency situations. Agencies would be able to devote resources and clearly communicate what they are able to provide.
I've been attending a meeting. There's a focus on getting a downstate response team together that would consist of multiple agencies throughout multiple counties, as well as bringing in the larger cities involved with their investigators. And the focus behind that would basically be a way that in the event that we have a critical incident or event, I would be able to make a phone call. And if you will, it's like a hotline or a call tree of individuals that are willing to come assist, or we may go to another county and assist there. It's being held in the southern zone. There is one down in the St. Louis area that it's modeled after. It focuses around homicide, but we fortunately for us, we don't have that big of a call for that. So we're working with multiple agencies and sheriff's departments to basically work at it at a local level for more things, just any resources of any investigations type at all.
Baker says the team is working on protocols to ensure calls for backup clearly communicate what is needed.
Yeah. So it's each call out would consist of how many are needed, what's the actual call, and nowadays with Zooms and webinars, we can throw something together real quick, give the details, see what resources are out there. And then, like me at the sheriff's office, I've got 2 investigators, but let's say I need to interview 15 people from an event, then I can pull in extra trained, qualified investigators throughout the region to pull them in and basically work that through. And it's since then is spun into a different direction to where we would incorporate local municipalities in that as well. So looking forward to that.
Find out more about the Christian County Sheriff's Office by visiting them at their Facebook page. You can also download the CCSO-IL app on your mobile device for the latest news and information. Jim Baker appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. This will conclude the first portion of your expanded local news, and it's brought to you by TCCU.
Life moves fast and your banking should keep up. This is Will Perkins. At Taylorville Community Credit Union, managing your money is easier than ever. With our 24/7 online banking and mobile app, you can check your balance, transfer funds, and pay your bills. Anytime, anywhere, safe, secure, and just a tap away. For more information, call or stop by one of our local branches. TCCU, local banking that goes wherever you do. Member NCUA.
For Nokomis, snowy weather around the corner means the same is true for Snowcomas. Now in its third year, the Winter Festival is scheduled for December 12th and 13th. As with the previous two editions, there will be games and activities for people of all ages. This year's Snowcomas comes as the city looks to highlight an influx of businesses to the city and the employment and economic opportunities that come with it. Trevor Loafman is a member of Nokomis, which has taken the lead on these efforts and many more. He says Snowcomas will occupy a large part of Route 16.
Friday night, I believe we're blocking Route 16 off, and it'd be free passage all the way down Route 16 from Spruce Street to the City Hall complex. Lots of vendors. We're going to have some food trucks. We'll have a little ice skating rink. There's going to be a kids area with like they can play in some fake snow and it's just a small town Christmassy thing that looks like it comes out of a Hallmark movie.
Well, it sounds like it. I mean, you guys are putting up an ice skating rink?
Yeah, we put on, this will be our third year with this ice skating rink. It's not real ice, but the kids can get out there, strap on the skates and skate around. It's that thing gets pretty packed. There's a lot of kids that really enjoy their time out there.
Friday is when the lighted Christmas parade will actually take place. Visitors can also expect plenty of happenings at local businesses all along the road.
Typically, the stores through downtown are opened up and have different events going on, stuff to draw people in. We did a Find the Elf hunt last year. Each store had a stamper. If you found the elf in the store, you got a card marked, and the kids got some prizes and stuff out of that. There'll be different places will have cookies and snacks, and there's some hot cocoa going on. Friday night at 8:00, we will have a lighted Christmas parade going through down 16. That's always a hit. We started that last year, and that really brings out the people, and they really like watching all the lighted contraptions people come up with. It's really a neat deal on Friday night.
And there's another parade on Saturday, along with more vendor activity and the clauses for everyone to enjoy.
Saturday, our vendors should still be around. We do have a parade Saturday that ends at the village library, and that's where Santa and usually Mrs. Claus are there to greet the kids after everybody comes in from the parade. We do have a parade theme this year. It's let me look here.
I trust it's a good theme. I trust that it is a good theme.
Small Town Country Christmas is our theme this year.
Separate from Snowcomas, Newcomas is celebrating the opening of Farmers Station. Businesses are setting up there and already are seeing high levels of traffic.
When we went through the mapping process down in Nokomis, one of the two biggest things was a grocery store and daycare. And Farmer Station was opened up. One of our members took the old gas station there, Farmer's Oil, and converted it, and it's quite the site. They opened this past Saturday and had probably over 1,000 people there to come see the grand opening.
Wow. 1,000 folks
There's
came out.
There's a little bit of everything there, too. It's great. There's a Kismet Coffee out of Litchfield there. Gaten's Farms has meat and other items there, and then Gulery's Produce from the Hillsborough area has fresh produce in as well.
More information on Newcomis can be found by contacting Newcomis at newcomisevents@gmail.com or by visiting them at their Facebook page. Trevor Loafman appeared as a guest on the WTIM Pana Morning Show. A revitalization plan in the Metro East area will help solve a food desert problem. A grocery store is coming to Venice thanks to a state grant and a private bit of funding from community leader Dr. Ed Hightower. Hightower currently serves on the SIU Board of Trustees. He is a retired superintendent from the Edwardsville School District and a former Big Ten basketball official. Trade under the second Trump administration was the subject of a panel discussion at this week's National Association of Farm Broadcasting Convention in Kansas City. Among those participating were Andrew Brandt with the U.S. Grains and Bioproducts Council. Prior to the U.S. Grains and Bioproducts Council, Brandt worked for the U.S. Senate Committee on Finance, where he served as an international trade policy advisor. This will conclude the second portion of your expanded local news, and it's brought to you by CNB Bank and Trust.
At CNB Bank and Trust, we believe banking should feel personal. Our checking accounts are designed to make everyday life easier with local service, modern tools, and a team who knows your name. We've been growing with our communities for generations, helping families and farmers and small businesses reach their goals. Because here, you're more than an account number, you're our neighbor. CNB Bank and Trust, helping to open doors since 1854. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Moving now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and are brought to you by Sutton Memorial Home.
This is Chad Sparks. When you lose a loved one, your choice for making final arrangements should be with the compassionate family at Sutton Memorial Homes. They know the death of a loved one is difficult. Austin and Evan at Sutton's and the entire staff have devoted themselves to loving and caring for those in their community in their time of need. You can trust Sutton Memorial Homes to assist your family in making final arrangements that will be a tribute to your loved one. Sutton Memorial Homes, caring is what they do best.
90-year-old Donald Dwayne Dozier of Taylorville, formerly of Morrisonville, died on November 18th. Visitation is November 21st or tonight from 4 till 8 p.m. at First Presbyterian Church in Morrisonville. Funeral service will be on November 22nd at 11 a.m. at First Presbyterian Church in Morrisonville. Burial will be at Morrisonville Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Asali Funeral Home in Morrisonville. 73-year-old Randy E. Prince Sr. of Taylorville died on November 18th. Cremation rites have been accorded, and a celebration of life will be held at a later date. Funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. 91-year-old Margie E. Bowe of Tovey died on November 14th. Graveside service will be November 24th at 1:30 p.m. at Glenhaven Memorial Gardens in Taylorville. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. 77-year-old Dean F. Ray of Taylorville died November 4th. A graveside committal service will be held today, November 21st at 10 a.m. at Camp Butler National Cemetery in Springfield. Cremation rites have been accorded, and funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. And 88-year-old Joanne Coffey of Stonington died on November 13th. A graveside service will be November 22nd at 1 p.m. at Ponting Cemetery in Stonington. An urnement will follow. Funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. Get details on these and other local news stories at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com or hear them every hour on WTIM. WTIM is your only local news radio.